Hello everyone, myself Tanisha Sachan, and today I'm going to be talking about mock test analysis and how to do them. First of all, I would like to mention this is not my self-created technique or anything. I saw this from Ashish Arora sir's channel, Physics Galaxy, and to be honest, I would highly recommend to follow him because पढ़ा सब लेते हैं एंड मटेरियल बहुत है हम लोग पास पढ़ने के लिए, बट देयर आर सर्टेन टेक्निक्स दैट ही टेल्स अस जो बहुत ही ज़्यादा बेनिफिशियल होती हैं, जो एफिशिएंसी काफ़ी हद तक इंक्रीज कर देती हैं. सो बिफोर गोइंग इनटू दैट आई वुड लाइक टू टेल फ्यू थिंग्स दैट यू शुड कीप इन माइंड. So the first thing is what is the correct time to start giving full syllabus test. Now I would like to divide this topic into two parts. That is first for the people who are going to give NEET for the first time, and second is the droppers. So for first attempters, you have a lot of time in your hands. You have 2 years to explore the syllabus nicely, and I say don't run. Go according to your coaching schedule. Attempt all the part-wise tests seriously and analyze them seriously. And for droppers, I know time is less, but it's sufficient. So in starting, try to give part-wise test only. But if you're not able to give these part-wise tests, if you are missing some of them, don't worry much, because this is the time that you have to fix your loopholes that you missed in class 11th and 12th. So even if you are missing 2 to 3 tests, don't panic. Focus on correcting your mistakes. Focus on correcting the syllabus that you left or that you haven't done nicely. As for full syllabus test, I think the first attempters can give a full syllabus test 2 months before NEET, and also while you are in class 12th. I suggest you give full 11 syllabus test in your class 12th, like 10 to 12 times at least in that 1 year. And droppers can start giving full syllabus test according to time when they finish their syllabus. So you can give it from 3 months before only, or 2 months, or even last 1 month. But you have to give it every day if you are starting from last 1 month. And if you are starting 3 months before, that's well and good. But in starting, I think you should give it alternate day or a gap of 2 to 3 days in between. But in the last 1 month, everyone should give test each and every day. Now, what is the proper time that you should give your test? So everybody knows that NEET is held between 2 to 5 p.m. So you should attempt all your tests in between that only, because you need to exercise your brain in such a way that it is most efficient in those 3 hours. Because there was a time when I used to attempt test like 4 to 7 or 3 to 6. But I realized when I used to sit at 2 o'clock someday randomly, I felt very sleepy. So I decided to give a test 2 to 5 only, so that I don't feel sleepy during the time of NEET. Don't be scared of test. I was myself so scared of test at one time that all the numbers I got, I was so scared to tell my parents that I got 400 or 500 out of 720. But in the end, I realized that it's not about marks. The more mistakes you do this time, the less you will do in NEET. So don't be scared of doing mistakes, and don't be scared of giving tests regularly. Now, this is a very important topic, and I myself at one point started to do this in my class 11th and 12th. Don't fall into that cheating pattern. Sometimes what happens, you haven't done syllabus properly and you are giving a test. And now if you have decided with one friend that you'll do this topic and I'll do this one, and then we'll give test together, it will work and you will get marks for sure. But in the long run, it's very detrimental, because the portion you leave while doing cheating, it's very hard to cover it up again. So please don't fall into this, because there was a time when I used to do this, but soon enough I found out that it's gonna be so detrimental afterwards, so I stopped doing it. Also, now many of us give test online and at the comfort of home. So what happens is, while giving test, you are tempted to see a formula that you think, okay, I remembered it afterwards, now I can see. But your mind gets oriented like that only. You'll always try to see a simple formula that you'll feel that I'll look it afterwards. But don't do that. Strictly give test. Just check your knowledge where you are, and don't be scared of less marks. What is the proper time of analyzing the test? So after giving test, I suggest take a nap, a power nap of 30 to 45 minutes, or you can walk for some time. Just get fresh after giving test. Not that you gave a test and in just 5 minutes you sat down and trying to analyze it, give your mind some time and try to relax and then start analyzing it. Before starting, I would like to mention, please don't ignore the questions that you already got correct while analyzing the paper, because analyzing paper means also revising it at the same time. So recall the solution once and then move forward to the questions that you got wrong or that you left. You have to divide your questions into two types. One is immediate and second is delay. Immediate stands for the questions. I stands for the questions that you recall the concept immediately, like while reading the question and the formula or the concept struck your mind immediately. And second is delay. That means you recall the concept or the formula after some time. That means you had some difficulty in recalling them. The questions with I and D, and then mark what you got correct and what you got wrong. For correct you put a tick, and for wrong you put a cross, and for the things that you left you put a dot. So the first type of questions that you put in your mistake sheet or analysis sheet is the one in which you got delayed but you still got them correct. Now it's good that you recalled the concept after some time, but it's possible you won't recall it next time, maybe. It's not sure, but maybe you won't recall it next time. So write these type of questions and revise them properly. Now the second type of questions that you have to put in your analysis sheet is the one that you recall the concept immediately but still got it wrong. Now these are very khatarnak questions because these are the loopholes in your preparation. Because you knew their concept in your mind but you still got it wrong. So these are the questions that will lower down your marks tremendously and very fast. So you need to correct them and revise them properly too. Now the third type of questions that you have to put in is the one in which you got delayed and you still got it wrong. Now these are the questions where you have a problem with your concept. So you need to watch this topic lectures again and understand the concepts again. Last but not the least, the questions that you left. You have to write them and write the solution too. So these are the four types of questions that you have to write in your analysis sheet. Now you also have to write the questions जिसमें आपको concept नहीं आया हो या आपको कुछ strike ना किया हो but उसमें आपने तुक्का मार दिया हो, तो उस type के questions भी आपको लिखने हैं. Now you can make an analysis sheet chapter wise, or you can make an error copy in which you keep all the mistakes together. It totally depends on you in which you are more comfortable with. I made it chapter wise, and more specifically, if you remember, I told that I made question sheets in physics for each chapter. So while analyzing my mistakes, I wrote the mistakes in that same question sheet only. Your analysis sheet chapter wise, then after preparing it for a particular chapter, you can keep the sheet in NCERT itself or in the chapter notes that you made. For example, this is the dual nature analysis sheet and these are my dual nature notes. So I always put them together and pin it with the paper clip. Many of you will say that that's a hell lot of work. Indeed it is, but if you keep doing it from the start, you will see that while attempting full syllabus tests every day, there are very less number of mistakes that come out and you'll still be able to make your analysis sheet every day. But if you are starting this technique from the full syllabus day itself, then I won't suggest you to do this. Instead, you can revise 2 to 3 question papers every day. For example, if you gave a test one day, analyze that paper in half an hour by reading the questions and simultaneously reading the solutions. So you can revise 2 to 3 question papers a single day like this. So yeah, मेहनत बहुत है and but ये मेहनत अगर आप इनिशियल टाइम में करेंगे, जो आपका प्रिपरेटरी फेज है, तो एग्ज़ाम के जस्ट 2 to 3 मंथ्स पहले बहुत आसानी होगी चीज़ें रिवाइज करने में एंड यू वोंट बी स्केर्ड लाइक पीपल से कि मुझे डर लग रहा है, बट ये डर ख़त्म हो जाएगा अगर आपका पहले से काफ़ी काम किया रहेगा. सो ट्राई टू डू दिस एंड थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग.